Are you wearing a pair of rose-colored glasses when it comes to the people that you're relating to? Well, now it's time to lift those glasses off, put them down on the table, and simply walk away from that relationship. This is a time filled of confusion and disillusionment where our body image is uptyping, but our relationships are moving away from being clear and solid stating. We're moving away from clear aspects of relationships and we're fantasizing ourselves or deluding ourselves into certain traits of this person. We may think that they have a beard, but the next time you see them, they shave it off, which is a signature of somebody who probably will not be good. That's my own thought and my own opinion, because I found that with somebody I knew. First of all, I knew him with a beard on, a mustache. Next time I saw him, he didn't have it. And our relationship is not very good. I can tell you that right now. But anyway, we have to just take this into consideration. Take these cues of, is this person a little bit on the edgel side? Or is this person really true to me? These things we have to evaluate. Let's talk about the astrology of November 9th and 10th, beginning with Venus square Neptune. That's the first aspect happening on November 9th, chronologically. So Venus is in Sagittarius, Neptune is in Pisces. They're meeting together at 27 degrees. Pay attention to where 27 degrees of Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Virgo falls in your own natal chart, because this area of life will be impacted with unpackle-dackle illusions that you may have to really, really take a good look at. If we consider what the Venus Neptune aspect is about, we're thinking about feeling insecure about ourselves and our appearance. That's the first thing with this, is we're not secure in how we look and how we come across and how we present ourselves. We're feeling very insecure about this. Why are we feeling insecure? Are we overweight? Are we thin as a rail? Whatever it is, we're not feeling comfortable in our own skin. So the best thing is to look in the mirror and go, I am enough. As I am, I don't need to do anything. I don't need to lose 10 pounds. I don't need to exercise. I am worthy of love just as I am. I am worthy of love just as I am. That's what I would say for that. You may think other people are looking at you oddly and think that you are strange in some way or another, in some fashion or another. So this can be a central possibility here. Um, and so you may think that others may look at you in a downtrodden, a dupaladen type of way here. And it's important to not let other people's viewpoints or thoughts or facial features define who you want to be in the world and what you want to do. Say to myself, I allow myself to indulge in things. I allow myself to use every single oracle deck that I have. I and I allow myself to consume what I want to consume. And so it is. So you may not be seeing people the way um, you know, that they are. You may rather see them for a limitation of who they are. You may feel an emulsion of who they are, but in actuality, there's somebody different. But you're seeing them through rose-colored glasses. So take them off, put them down, walk away, and come back with the knowledge that you're going to see them clearly for who they are. You're going to see their true colors. You're going to see their true personality and decide, is this person right for me? Based on their values, their morals, their um, actions, the content of their character, whatever it is. Really seeing the truth of who people are, getting below the surface, getting past the illusions, and choosing to find the truth. That's what this is an invitation for you to consider acting upon and embodying now. You may not be seeing other people's fault. You may only see their evolutions. You may only see um their cucumbers of who they actually are. Not exactly what they're at fault for, not exactly what they're guilty for, not seeing their flaws. So it's important to look at and recognize their flaws and their advantages, both and, not equal or, both what they need to work on or what's wrong with them and what is, um, what you like about them, what's good in the life of them, sort of thing. So we need to look at both sides. We need to look at the person for the polarity of both the negative and the positive. We need to see the full picture. And you may not be seeing the full picture. You may be seeing just the trunk of the elephant and not the whole elephant. Now's the time to see the whole picture. On another note, this transit is good for anything imaginative or creative. Painting, sculpting, writing, paint drawing, um, bookkeeping, chord creating, whatever is a creative outlet where you can express yourself artistically, where this is my heaven on earth. This is my bliss. This is my happy place. This is my, um, this is what I enjoy. This is where I can escape. This is where I can wind down and really have my soul and my spirit and my right brain take the lead in my life. I'm stepping into Kairos time now. I'm leaving Chronos time behind. So, doing the things that are creative is really, really good here. This is good for spiritual growth also. This is good for empathizing another, really, really understanding what they're experiencing, connecting with them on emotional levels, and helping them through that. You're really feeling what they're going through. You really, truly understand what they're going through. And you're able to hold loving and accepting space for them no matter what they're going through. Be it a journey and a jockey in the road of all Rome, or the job loss, the relationship breakup, the divorce, whatever it may be. Now's the time to hold empathetic, loving space toward that person in your life. Another thing that's good at this time is to ground yourself, to really, really put your feet on the earth and do things that ground you, that bring you down into the here and now. Not so much in the head, the cloudiness of the dreamland of Piscean world. Not so caught in the fantasies, but grounded, present, aware of this reality. That's what you need to be. Another good thing is to seek support from friends, family, or professionals that may help you to feel better and see things more clarity. Of gaining clarity through talking and having conversations with these people. This is about connecting with others via creativity or compassion. So through creative means, like talking about an art project together, doing a fun activity together, or through having an emotionally based conversation. This is where the trub-a-duppin can come into play here. This is where the rubber can hit the road. Love can be unconditional and exalted love. So this represents oneness, knowing that we are all one. We are all one. No one is separate from each other. We are all in a unified network of light and love. We are all meant to be connected to each other, peaceful, loving, powerful, empowered beings. One astrological fact to note is that Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. That means that Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. Venus is love, Neptune is unconditional love. Another note that I want to go back to is that you are worthy of love just as you are. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. You don't need to change a thing about yourself. You just are worthy as you are. And anyone who tries to tell you differently, draw healthy emotionally boundaries toward those things. You don't need to change anything about who you are in order for you to be worthy of love. If it's too good to be true, then it is. This is about not getting caught in the glittery, shiny things, not seeing things through the world's really, really, um, just having discernment and healthy skepticism, healthy discrimination to know that this thing maybe seem so good on the surface, but if it seems too good to be true, it is too good to be true. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anything that seems too good to be true, no matter what it is, will be too good to be true. And you will be very disenchanted, and you'll be very disappointed and remorseful if you go into that sliding slot machine thinking that you're going to win all these prizes, and yet you're a slave to somebody in the end, and you come away with nothing or barely anything. And so this skepticism has to be put in place now. You may not be seeing relationships clearly for what they are. I just want to reinforce that. What love actually is it is an act of making the person a part of you, putting them into your heart. They are a part of you, and you're treating them as a part of you. You're treating them as you want to be treated. The golden rule. Come back to it. Always, always, always. But what love is it is about accepting and loving the person exactly for who he or she is. It's unconditional love. See the person for who they are, not who you want them to be, not what you expect them to be. Love is about loving people for exactly who they are, their interests, their quirks, their personality, whatever it is. It's not about changing them or fixing them because of their flaws. Nobody is broken. Nobody is flawed to the point that they are all broken. No one has to be fixed. No one has to be changed. Love is about just dropping down your list of bullet points that you have for them to fulfill. That's what it is. Another negative aspect with this is being taken advantage of, martyrdom or slavery or being a doormat. So where are you being taken advantage of? Where are you allowing others to walk all over you and take advantage of you? Where do you need to stand up for yourself and say no? I said this, I made this point, and I'm going to stick with it to the ends of the earth. You can hold off with this. You can adjust to this. It is about drawing healthy emotional boundaries, no matter what the situation is. and not choosing to be taken advantage of. Be the root in the ground. Have your tree solid with roots in it. Um, very, very strong tree with roots in it. Your roots are very, very strong, tied to the ground, tied to the earth, and you have an anchor. You have a center, and you have healthy, stubborn qualities. That's high word of this. So, we have to look at all the beautiful things that we see in our life because the actual creation of those beautiful things require challenges, require effort, require struggle. Strength is on the other side of struggle. The results, the reaping, the rewards that we get from those struggles, from our willingness to hang in there, from our hard work and determination, can really, really pay off if we're willing to appreciate the effort that went into creating all the beautiful things in our life, from the flowers of nature to a work of art to an oracle deck to a layer cake, whatever it is. This is about really, really appreciating the things that take a long time and take a lot of work to create them for what they are. Any relationship that is healthy and based on mutual understanding will fare very, very well now. But difficult relationships, detached relationships, butthead relationships, whatever the relationship is that's in the negative range will suffer at this time. So distance yourself, draw emotionally boundaries. Even if you can't, you can. You may think that you're locked into a certain situation. I have to engage with this person. I have to put up with this person. No, you don't have to put up with this person. You can get up, walk away. You can do your self-care things, have emotional distance, take a break from them, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself and to not let this person pull you down and drain you. Not let this person steal the life force energy from you. You are the only one who allows this person in to take away your power. You decide that, not the other person. You're the one who breaks your own boundaries. And if you don't want to feel drained, you need to actually take the action step and not expect them to change or be different or their personality needs to be changed or whatever. You can actually make the decision to step away and take some emotionally distance in them. Even if you can't. You can know that and have faith in that. So it's very, very important that this aspect is not good for committed relationships. So you can wait until this aspect passes before you make really, really strong, sturdy, stable, committed relationships. Poor self-esteem and lack of moderation makes this a bad time for partying. So if you're thinking of, putting on a party and interacting with people, maybe save it for another date. Because you may overdo it. You may overindulge in foods or punch or dancing, well, food. Let's just say food. You'll overindulge in things and you won't be able to cut it back as easily. There will not be as big of an off button. So waiting until a more harmonious aspect would be wise at this time if you want to throw a party. Now, we've talked about that aspect to death. Let's move on to the next aspect. The moon square Uranus. The moon is in Aquarius and Uranus is in Taurus. So this is a square. This is a fixed square between Aquarius, which is a very, very stubborn sign, and the most stubborn out of the fixed signs, Taurus. Don't get me wrong, it is the most stubborn out of the whole zodiac. Aries can be pretty stubborn too. Leo can be very stubborn, but Taurus definitely takes the cake for the most stubborn sign because it's very rooted in the earth and it will not move until it's time to move. Fixed signs sort of take one itty bitty micro inch towards change little by little, but they're fixed. They stay in one place. They hold down the fort. They, don't change and move easily because they are designed to be like that. They're designed to teach us about tenacity, persistence, willpower. This is what they're designed to teach us about holding firm within our power. That's, the lesson of fixed signs. So there's nothing wrong with that. They're just designed to be like that. So you may not want to be tied down or forced into doing something. Someone may be forcing you to follow a certain structure, but know that you don't have to do that. You don't have to do what they are telling you to do. You're a free sovereign person. You can do what you want to do, how you want to do it. Now's the time to do that. Now's the time to get yourself full permission to do that and to not, not stay within the lines or follow a certain path. You can go on your own path. You can do that. So give yourself permission to do that. Even if you can't, you can know that and find ways of doing that. So committing to a certain routine or a certain morning structure where you have to do the same things in the same way, that's not good at this time. It's not going to serve you. You're going to be bored by it. You're going to be frustrated at it. You may have found it comfortable or stable or rewarding with a more Saturnian aspect. But this aspect is asking you to shake things up, to change things up, and to find new ways of doing things. This demands that from you. If you've been resisting it, this transit is going to bring it up for you to look at and change. You're going to feel the sudden need to do something different, to change your way of doing things, and so move with that tide in this case. So this makes you want to have both change and excitement in your life. So where you need to instigate change and excitement. Erraticism and impulsivity may be part of this. You may be feeling very erratic. You may be feeling like you want to act on impulse at this time, not wanting to, wait or consider this more. You want to go, 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 just on this certain instinct. You want to just react, make a change, do whatever you need to do. Like popcorn popping in a pan. Bump, 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 bump. That's kind of the energy. It's very abrupt. This is not, as I said before. So, heightened creativity and originality. You can find that you have these things at this time. Very, very strong in the handing. You're feeling more creative and you want to find original ways of doing things. Don't conform to a certain way of doing things. So just know that the plano is going to go in the right way. This is the time where you want to find new ways of doing things. You can take what somebody is telling you and you can go the complete opposite directions that. You can break structures. You can find new ways of doing things. Experiment, innovate, go against the grain, find new ways of doing things, and then share those ways of doing it to people that will be open to it. You don't have to follow a certain way of doing things. Now is the time to create new ways of doing things, new structures, all of that kind of thing. Your instincts will be very, very strong and quick, as well. So you'll find this to be very handy for you. Um, and so it may be more difficult to keep up with commitments that, things that you're committing to because you may want change, you may want to do something else. So that might be an issue. Look at what is causing upset in your life and hurting loved ones. This is very, very important to, acknowledge this. What doesn't work in your life and what is, um, really downturning you and loved ones. It's good to look at that. So there may be emotional outbursts from friends and family. You may find this to be the case. People are more reactive, people are more expressive of their emotions. So it's good to just be open, hold space, understand what they're going through, work out compromises, work out peaceful solutions, all those kind of things like that. You may feel like you want to run away from hard and emotionally demanding situations. You may very, very well feel like this. And if you do, know that it's okay to do this. It's okay to, escape or, run away or do whatever you need to do to draw healthy emotional boundaries from these situations. You don't have to be swamped in and taken over by this. You don't have to conform to this certain structure. You don't have to get so enwrapped and enmeshed in this emotional issue. You can take a step back and go in your eagle's perch and draw healthy boundaries. It is a sign that you are respecting yourself when you do this. Will you choose to respect yourself? Or will you get swamped in and drained by what is going on emotionally around you? So go to the library, go outside and walk in nature, get away from this strong emotional situation that's going on. So this is a time where you want to rebel and be your individual authentic self. You're feeling more you're feeling more rebellious. You want to be yourself. You don't want to be, someone else's version of who you are. You want to be your own person. You want to be sovereign. What are the activities where you can be stimulated in healthy ways, not in healthy or destructive ways, where you can be stimulated in healthy and uplifting kind of ways? This is good to navigate this time with greater self-awareness and compassion as well. Navigating this with those two qualities are good at this time. This is good for getting together with other people who value originality and diversity, people who value new ideas, new concepts, innovative ways of going about life, that kind of. Let's move on to another aspect happening today, which is the moon coming into a sextile with Venus. So the moon is sextile Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. The moon is in Aquarius, Venus is in Sagittarius. So these two suns are two suns apart, they sextile each other. This creates a very, very strong need for you to want to connect with people on an emotional level. It could be family, friends, or loved ones. You may feel the need to party as well, put on a party. Balanced socially interacting with others and self-care. So it's very, very important to balance these two things out. Balancing self-care and then socializing with other people. Where do you need to recharge your boundaries? And where do you need to put yourself out there and open up socially and be a little bit like a party animal? Not a whole lot, not the full thing, but a little bit more, taking nudges in that direction. Who respects your gender and identity? Who really does respect who you are for who you are? Go in that direction. You may have a greater sense of empathy for those around you. You may find this to be the case. You wanting to connect more emotionally with those around you. You may find that in your interactions with others, in your connections with others, there is great peace and harmony in place. Um, so forging meaningful connections with those around you can be a very, very positive thing now. So What meaningful connections do you need to forge with those around you? And what are the people that you need to draw healthy boundaries away from? This can be people in your real life or people on social media. There is a channel on social media, YouTube channel, where this lady reviews all these oracle decks. And looking at all of the decks that she has compared to what I have, I feel very, very much in a state of lack. And it really triggers me to watch those videos because it makes me feel like I don't have enough compared to what this lady has. So at this time, I need to draw an emotional boundary from this. I need to put my focus on other areas. I need to watch other people that I do not feel jealous of. And I need to just move away from watching so many of her videos because it just presents more things that I want on my list, more things that I have to feel like about not having, etc. So this lady probably has more decks than anybody else on the planet, and there's probably deals when it comes to publishers sending her things as intricacies because she reviews decks way before they are released. I found that to be the case. And so, this is somebody that I probably should not watch if I want to feel abundant about my life. So that's my 2 cents on that. And so this is also very, very good for engaging in the arts. This particular transit of the moon sextile Venus, looking at art, really, really seeing the beauty around you, like really opening up to what is beautiful around you, what is vibrant around you. The beautiful flowers. We're in fall time, the leaves coming off the trees, the colors of the trees. Going to a museum and looking at beautiful paintings, looking at how organized the books are on the shelf. Whatever the beauty is, whatever you find beautiful, maybe it's how beautifully someone writes things. My Venus, which is my planet of love and relationship, is in Gemini, which is about communication. So I might find a certain writing style very, very beautiful, very vivid, like Jack London's writing style, or how someone communicates with their mannerisms are very, there's beauty in that. And so everyone is beautiful in their own unique way. And so can we open up to that beauty of other people and things around us? Very, very important to consider now. This is wonderful for connecting with friends or reconnecting with loved ones, creating a deeper bond with your partner. So really, really forming these deep, emotionally rich conversations with others. This is good for social ability, sociality, um, really, um, connecting with other people on the social level, being social. And so you may feel more sensitivity towards others' needs. That, you may find that at this time, you're more sensitive to the needs of others. And maybe it's a good time to focus on your home environment, focus on your family environment, and put your eggs in that basket. Now, I pulled cards from this Oracle deck, which is the mystical. Here. The deck I'm using today is the Mystical Healing Oracle by Ina Siegel. And the very, very first card that I pulled for this day, which I do on these videos, every video I talk about the astrology and then I pull oracle cards, which give guidance on how to navigate the days that I discuss. So the card that I pulled for this day is Listen to Your Intuition, which is incredibly important thing in spirituality is your intuition. Sonia Chiquette, who's a spiritual author of 28 books and several oracle decks, um, such as Astro Guides and Trust Your Vibes, and the answer is simple. Oracle cards. She really, her focus is on your sixth sense, which is actually your first sense, which is your intuition. So this card is about trusting your inner voice. A Babakuzi is waiting for you. What is a Babakuzi? It is the golden jewel temple of life. Good things will come to you if you follow your intuition. Babakuzis will come to you. This is about following your instincts, trusting your gut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read this card fully from the guidebook. Just this card number 20, and then there's an action step. So let me just show you how this guidebook is set up here so that you can get a sense on that. So let me find it. It is on page, it is card number 20. Card number 20. This is what it says. So the guidebook looks like this. It provides information on the card, the meaning, the guidance, and then it provides the action step to take, which I'll read that as well. So this is what it says. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is constantly sending you messages. You are being asked to become aware of what your inner wisdom is trying to tell you about your health and your intimate, as well as work-related relationships. There are particular aspects of your relationships that need attention in a new approach. There are certain people and experiences that you have outgrown. Change is coming and you will need to make healthier choices. If you open the door to possibility, new people will appear in your life. They will be able to offer you a different perspective on how to live, love, and work. Your body is also trying to give you a message about your health. There are signs and symbols all around you. It's your job to learn how to decipher them. When you awaken your heart chakra correctly, your intuition can flourish and you will know the difference between an illusion and a real spiritual perception. The action to take with this card is this. There are various ways to develop your intuition. The most important areas to work on are opening your heart to love and developing your concentration and discernment. Start by placing your hands on your heart. Slow down your breathing and imagine entering into the depth of your heart. Visualize an extremely wise teacher. Ask this teacher what wisdom they can offer you about your relationships. Then place your hands on the part of your body where you have challenges and ask, what thoughts would be stored here? What feelings would be here? What memory would reside here? Then work on changing your thinking, release blocked feelings, and seeing new points of view. So the real message of this card is, what is your intuition trying to tell you about your relationships? What areas of your relationships do you need to pay attention to? Do you need to attune to? Another thing with this card is to open up to people who can help you grow and evolve into a better version of who you are. So opening up to these people who can help you to do this. And so you need to look at what your body is trying to tell you about your health, your physical health, your mental well-being. And what do you need to do to nurture yourself in these areas? Do you need to eat less sugar? Do you need to exercise? Do you need to drink more water? Whatever you need to do, really pay attention to your physical body now. Another thing with this is to open up to the signs and symbols that are all around you, being open and receptive to these things, and awakening your intuition ultimately. Now let's move on to November 10th. We're going to talk about one aspect happening today, and that is the moon will square Mercury. So the moon is in square with Mercury. So this is one of the things that we're going to be talking about now. So with this transit can bring up is it can bring up disagreements. You're having disagreements. You're having own battles with other people. And so you may feel more preachy, you may feel more defensive, may be willing to tell others how to think and act, but let them live their life. Let them do their own thing. Don't tell them how to think or act. And so there's a battle here between thoughts and feelings that should be internalized. You're going into reflection on these feelings. You're not reacting, you're not expressing them out, you're internalizing them. This is the exception. You're internalizing your feelings, which at this point can definitely serve you. This is good for doing things around your house. Also, emotional biases may influence your thoughts. You may have an emotional bias towards this issue or that issue or whatever it is. But whatever the emotional bias is, do not let it influence your logical, objective thought processes. This is good for any hard mental work as well. You may feel overwhelmed, feeling your feelings may overwhelm your rational thinking processes. So know that that might be the case, where these two things between your thinking mind and your rational mind are not in balance. Thinking becomes subjective and difficult for others to relate to. So, you might find this to be the case, that your thinking becomes this kind of way. Um, so you may be feeling very argumentative also. It's good to look at yourself and what is the real reasoning behind why I'm feeling so defensive and argumentative? What is really, really going on? What is the truth of why I am arguing or why I feel the need to argue? Looking at that very closely is what is the advice of this time Harold said. You can actually use physical exercise as a form to calm and ground you, as a form of meditation, where you can dissipate pent-up energy and connect with your inner self. It's important also to find constructive ways to honor and express your feelings, whatever that way of being may be for you. Another aspect we have going on today is that the moon will conjunct Saturn in Pisces. At 12 degrees. The moon's in Pisces at 12 degrees, Saturn's in Pisces retrograde at 12 degrees. So you may feel the longing to look back on the past for nostalgic purposes, looking back on old history, um, old memories, old photo albums, whatever it is. Maybe the photo albums are super meaningful for you, that you're looking back on these past things. And so you may find it more difficult to give up traditions. You may be very, very wanting to stay stuck in a certain tradition, stay stuck in a certain way of doing things, and it may be very hard for you to veer away from that and give that up. You may be holding on to things that may be comfortable or secure, yet they may be outdated. Where do you need to release these things, these attachments? Where do you need to be open to change? Where do you need to be adaptable to new things? You go to authority figures seeking nurturing, and what do you get? You get the opposite. You get judgment, you get criticism, you get put downs, very cold, very rational, very calculated words of choice being said. You may be feeling more detached than usual. That may be part of this as well. Um, and so you're feeling more sensitive to cycles and divine timing center stage. So this may be huge. You may grow from challenges you experience from a mother figure of your life. So if there's any mother figure who are teaching you lessons or challenging you in healthy ways, this is time to open up to that. So this transit can also produce feelings of depression and loneliness. It's important, very, very important, to feel these feelings without judgment, and not judge them or put them down or condemn them, to be just just feel them for what they are. This is good also to nurture yourself in nature or through or through meditation. So nurturing yourself in these ways. Any activity that can help you reconnect with your inner wisdom is good to do at this time. It's good to reach out and seek support as well. It's good to cultivate deeper self-awareness. Stay as present in life as you possibly can. Stay in the here and now. Know that vulnerability can be a great strength, so be vulnerable, be like that. And it's also good to seek out safe spaces to express your emotions in an open and honest way. So seeking out people who will understand, who will sit down, who will have these conversations with you, who will want to understand what you're going through. Now, the card that I pulled is the card number 28, reverse dissociation. So what this card talks about is feeling your feelings, leaning into your feelings, not pushing them away, not repressing them, not denying them, but to really feel these feelings and be present with whatever you're feeling. Sit with your feelings and make constructive decisions when you feel your feelings, and then you're taking the action steps due to those feelings. You may move away from your feelings when you feel overwhelmed, so know that. You may be bombarded with information from TV or social media, so draw healthy boundaries to that. Anything, that nourishes your mind and body, meditation, this can be walking in nature, whatever nourishes your mind and body, this is the time to do that. This is also the time to go within as well. And I'm going to read to you the action on this card so that you can understand what this is all about. So the action step to take on this card is this is what it says. Take some slow, deep breaths in and out. Place one hand on your solar plexus, the other on your heart. These are your feeling centers. Become conscious of your feelings. If you can imagine your feelings sounding like a violin, would its melody be the most beautiful, uplifting sounds, or a scratchy, disconnected, hideous noise? What does the tune of your soul need to reveal to you? Ask your inner being, what do I need to confront within myself that could allow my inner being to begin to grow? You may experience a feeling, a word, a picture, or a sensation. Let it guide your actions. So that is all that I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to this video. If you want to, you can hit the subscribe button, uh, click the notification bell. You can do a number of different things on YouTube. And I guess I lost my rubber band. Oh well, that's the reality. I just have to accept it. Okay, bye for now.